When you look at a death cap mushroom next to a patty straw mushroom, you're staring at nature's most dangerous optical illusion. These fungi have evolved over millennia to look remarkably similar, and unfortunately, human pattern recognition, the same cognitive system that helps us navigate daily life, fails catastrophically when it comes to mushroom identification. The evolutionary biology here is fascinating but terrifying. There's no conspiracy, no design making edible and toxic mushrooms look alike. It's simply that the visual characteristics we rely on, cap color, size, general shape, are determined by environmental factors and genetic variation within species, not by toxicity. A death cap growing in shade looks different from one in sunlight. The same species varies dramatically based on soil moisture, temperature, and age. Let's examine some particularly dangerous pairs. Amanita phalloides, the death cap, shares its habitat and appearance with several edible Asian mushrooms, which has led to tragic deaths in immigrant communities. Chlorophyllum molybdites, responsible for more poisonings in North America than any other species, looks almost identical to edible parasol mushrooms. False morels and true morels present another deadly similarity that's fooled experienced foragers. Now, here's where human psychology becomes the problem. We're pattern matching machines. Our brains want to categorize quickly. I saw something like this before. It was safe, therefore this is safe. But mushrooms don't work that way. You need to examine spore print colors, which requires waiting 12 hours. You need to check gill attachment patterns with a magnifying glass. You need to look for the presence or absence of a volva, that cup-like structure at the base, which means digging up the entire mushroom, not just picking the cap. Color is nearly worthless as an identifier. Size? Completely unreliable. Habitat? Misleading because many species share the same environments. Yet people continue to trust these obvious visual cues because that's how human cognition works. Here's the truly sobering part. Experienced foragers die from misidentification. We're not talking about novices picking mushrooms on a whim. We're talking about people who've been foraging for decades, who've successfully identified hundreds of mushrooms, who've built tremendous confidence in their abilities. Confidence doesn't equal competence when the stakes are this high. There is no reliable folk test for mushroom safety. None. Not the silver spoon test, not whether animals eat it, not whether it peels easily. The only valid methods are chemical analysis or confirmation by an expert mycologist with access to microscopic examination. Even photographs aren't enough. Mycologists need the actual specimen, need to see spore characteristics under magnification, need to conduct chemical tests. The message here isn't subtle. If you're not a trained mycologist with proper equipment, you're gambling with your life every time you trust your eyes alone. That mushroom that looks exactly like the one you ate last year? It might be its deadly twin. Nature doesn't care about your confidence level.